you didn't see that. That's,
Yeah.
any of that ordinance, you didn't see
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Call the meeting to order. Please stand in place.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Aldermember Starr. Here. Plackey.
Here.
Whitsitt.
Here.
Polson.
Here.
Crabtree.
Here.
Harrigan. Mayor Barner.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Very good. Welcome, all visitors. Thanks for coming out tonight. Glad you're here. Consent agenda. Take a motion to approve the consent agenda. There was a finance meeting.
Finance committee did meet tonight, went over the financial reports, there were no anomalies found in it. We also discussed the ECA progress, the progress in closing out fiscal 2022. The audit is scheduled to begin June the 1st. After that, we will be beginning the internal control reviews. The next scheduled meeting for the audit committee we'll discuss later tonight, as the next meeting will be Memorial Weekend, or that Monday. So we'll discuss that, set that accordingly. With that, I will make motion to approve the agenda.
Got a motion and a second from Alderman Plackey. All in favor? 6-0. Consent agenda is approved. Mayor's report. Last one. Mayor reports that he is thankful. He's very thankful for the last 5 years, 3 years on the board and 2 years as mayor, and to serve this community, have the opportunity to serve you, to serve the community. I had a lot of fun. And I learned a lot, and I grew immensely. I was stretched in ways I didn't know was possible. And you grow from that. So thank you for that opportunity. I'm thankful that I worked with the city staff, that they're amazing. Until you get up personal and work with them, you just don't realize how dedicated these people are to doing their absolute best each and every day for the people that live in this town, to make it better, to make it a good place to live. So thank you guys very much for that. Like I said, I had some good times. I enjoyed doing the Odessa Insight podcast and newsletter. I enjoy going out and talking to the folks at the nursing home. That was good. I liked that a lot. The ribbon cuttings and all that went with it. It was a good experience, and I'll take that with me. A lot of joy with that. And I want to thank my wife of 46 years. You know, she and I don't think alike on a lot of stuff, and she kept me grounded. And there were times when I was at my wit's end, and she'd speak words of wisdom and advice and comfort. And I don't know how far I got with that. So anyway, thank you. And that's the mayor. Just a thankful mayor, just reporting. I'm thankful and blessed. Thank you so much. Alderman reports. Alderman Black.
We had 2 planning and zoning meetings this month. I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail on them because that will come out here later, so we discuss that. Did have a gentleman call me. Apparently one of the cable companies put a cable on his property. I called up Shauna and she went out with me the next day and gonna get some done.
Right. I said, all right, Alderman Carey.
Nothing done.
Yeah, you did. Alderman Paulson.
Thank you for serving as our mayor and all the members. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Crabtree.
I have no report, but I give thanks.
Alderwoman Starr.
I actually have a lot to say tonight. I wrote it down. I feel that when this discrepancy was found, it was with good intention on the ECA. I think we were looking for ways to help lower the charges for businesses. The way it was handled after that was not so good. There were email correspondence stating a rate study that was requested would be taken place and that the new engineering firm would probably find answers. Regardless, putting city business on Facebook is never a good idea, especially when there was ample opportunity for it to be discussed. If this had been handled in-house when the discrepancy was discovered, a plan could have been in place. A press release about the ordinance not being handled correctly made citizens aware of the mistake, and that it would have taken care of which instilled the trust back in Odessa. We as a board of 6 aldermen try to do our best for the residents and businesses. Unfortunately, this issue diminished any trust and respect the residents have of the city of Odessa, the government of city of Odessa. I cannot speak for the rest of the board, who were not on the board at the time, but I'm tired of being called a thief, a crook, that it's fraud, that the city is robbing the citizens of Odessa. I am really tired of that. I feel when this is stripped down, that was. I'm calling this out because we as a board have to start rebuilding trust with the community. The only way to do this is that we act in solidarity for the community of Odessa. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Wilson.
Thank you, Nick. Been a busy week. Spent some time with Kathy and Shauna several times discussing the electric rates and developing a spreadsheet that I think Shauna's going to be discussing with the board later tonight. How we could possibly have a workshop to move forward, and the board would make a decision on how to set those and set the ECA rate for the coming year. So going to be a busy 2 years. Thank you.
One more thank you. Carl Crabtree, thank you so much for stepping up and filling the void.
I've learned a lot.
I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you, Carl. All right, moving on. City Administrator report.
Good evening, Mayor and Board of Aldermen. I'll start with the Parks Department. So this is the last week for soccer. We have games scheduled for every day of the week to try to finish up the season. As soon as the soccer games are over, we will get started with baseball games. Our crews are working on field prep for the turnover from soccer fields to baseball fields or t-ball fields. As quickly as they can. We're also working on pool prep. The pool is scheduled to open on Memorial Day, that Monday. So we're working on prep, and we have some repairs accounted for in the budget that will be accomplished in the next few weeks. One thing to keep in mind is that the combination of air and water temperature have to be at 140 degrees for the pool to open. So if we have any cooler weather, then we won't be able to open until that temperature is reached. We also have the community cleanup day provided by District F, or funded by District F. We are seeking local volunteers. We've contacted the football team, basketball team, and FFA to help with that. It will be from 8 to 2. The big difference between the countywide, the big difference between Region F and ours is that theirs is countywide. They will take everything except for yard waste and except for hazardous waste. So anything that really couldn't be collected in the city provided cleanup day most likely can be collected with the countywide cleanup day. We will be sharing some of the responsibilities with the Lafayette County government and then ourselves as well. So again, that's from 8 to 2 on May 9th. And we'll share that on our social media as well. For the wastewater department, the heavy rain makes an impact on the department, so we've been balancing that this week. We did send the gator in for repairs and it has come back with the work complete. And then we have our bid for the trash bar screen out. So we've had a few contractors reach out to Kenny to request some additional information and get clarification on that, so we do have some that are interested, which is great. For the finance department, it has been a difficult month, and it's been extremely taxing on our frontline employees at City Hall. So please keep them in your thoughts. They've done a really great job of managing that balance and influx of calls that they've received. So we thank them for their service and dedication to us. Working on closing out the fiscal year, 25-26 fiscal year, and then our auditors will be on by June 1st. So they're anticipating a very quick turnaround for this upcoming audit. Much quicker than last year, and we will be able to get our audit submitted to the state on time this year. That is the plan. So we also have the ARPA funds and that project associated with 9th Street. We're still dealing with the railroad issue that we've been facing, but at this time in April, it starts the annual reporting of our ARPA dollars to the federal government. So we have to log into the Department of Treasury's website and log what we've expended of those ARPA dollars. So this is the first year we've been able to say that we have expended all of our dollars, which will allow us to close out our account with ARPA with the federal government, and won't jeopardize our dollars that we received. So the deadline for that is December 31st of this year, and by closing out that project, those funds will not be in jeopardy. So. And then we just have some fiscal year end tasks as we've passed March 31st, 2026. So getting those things accomplished and moving on to the next fiscal year. For the wastewater and water department, or water and street department, we had 2 street positions that were open, and we were able to get those quickly filled, and those new employees will be starting on May 11th. So we're very excited that was a quick process, and we had qualified applicants that were really fitting for our organization. So we are working on asphalt prep for 2026 street plan, working on some mowing depending on the weather, and some ditch cleanouts given the heavy amounts of rain that we've gotten. We also plan to have Dance Brothers come and talk to the board at our next meeting on May 11th to discuss our alternative options beyond chip and seal. So we look forward to that conversation, and it seems like micro seal will be something that's very viable for us this year and suggested by them. So we just wanted to put them in front of you guys so you guys were on the same page and understood how that will impact our street plan for 2026 to the positive. For communications, we are providing the quarterly communications report. So we'll continuously provide that, but just a quarterly update of how our communications on social media and things like that are going. We have met with the new mayor, Mayor Whitsitt, to discuss how insight videos and communication videos will continue during the next 2 years. And that's all for communications. For community development, permit applications have pretty significantly picked up. We're getting a lot of fence permits and pool permits, so just that time of the year. And as you all know, planning and zoning has been working on the parking code, so we'll see the single family dwelling part of that section of code for your approval tonight, but they are still working on the rest of the parking ordinance. So we wanted to get the single family dwellings brought to you guys and repaired from the error that we found in our ordinance. And then they still have a great deal of the parking section of the code to review. And Jenny and I are working on a draft after hearing what their suggestions and things that they would want to see in an ordinance. So we'll get that draft form and back in front of them for additional revisions. We do have a couple of rezones on the agenda for tonight, but once those rezones have been presented to the board, we will be submitting those to Pioneer Trails to help us update our rezoning map. So that hasn't been done since at least 2019, so we're very excited to have an up-to-date rezone map to provide both internally and externally. For the police department, they had National Drug Take Back Day this weekend, this past Saturday, where they collected about 80 pounds of prescription drugs, which will be delivered to the DEA this week. We also have a patrol officer that is going to be advertised for a position this week. And with Josh being or Chief Thompson being our emergency management coordinator, he's been monitoring the recent storms that we've had. And luckily those have mostly, the siren worthy portions of those storms have missed us. So the last 4 storms we've had did not result in sirens going off. So, but Josh does keep a very watchful eye on those to make sure we turn those on if necessary to help protect them. Last week was National Telecommuters Week and National Crime Victims Week, which Chief Thompson and Captain Lacey both attended events over at the county for those. So we thank those for their service. The countywide Blue Shield grant is still on track and coordination is being done amongst the different jurisdictions to apply for that grant. We also have another grant opportunity for Safe Streets for All that we could, we are thinking of different things that we could possibly submit for, which would be for their grant cycle for 2027. So there's, the grant would fund things or could fund things like crosswalks for intersection improvements near school zones, so such as the 9th and Coxville Road. Are considering submitting those for grant. We did not have court in April, so we have a little bit larger of a docket for May 12th, so that'll be coming up. And then we are planning this week to have meetings with Mayor Whitsitt and our directors this week and next. Just for everyone's knowledge, Karen will be out the next 2 weeks, so if you need anything from her, feel free to reach out to me. Get me on vacation. I also plan to get an onboarding scheduled for newly elected officials and past elected officials, so we'll get a date solidified this week. And then we'll go ahead and get that scheduled and advertised for training, which consists of just kind of an overall synopsis of the way we do business, and then it also includes department tours of each department. But newly elected and past elected are both welcome to attend. The sidewalk project is going very well. They are making a lot of progress. Overall, the communication between the contractor and the businesses has been going very well. And same goes it for contractor to the city to navigate and to our engineers. So it's a big team to make sure that everything is going well, and so far it really is progressing very quickly. This week they plan to move to the northeast quadrant of downtown. So. And lastly, for the ECA refunds, we have been collecting the refunds. We have a low submittal rate at this point. We are going to attempt to get some of those refunds issued in the May utility bill. Hoping that will help generate some interest and involvement as well. So we have had low submittals, but the deadline is not until the end of June, so there's still some time to apply for that. And one more thing, we did have a power outage this morning due to the weather. That did result in quite a few meters being damaged. So there was an area of town around 4th and 5th Street that may have had a longer power outage because we decided it was best to wait to turn each individual house on until the homeowner was present, just because of just kind of precautionary to make sure there was no internal damage based on the fact that the meters were damaged. So that went successfully, took a lot of teamwork to contact each of those residents, but the electric department and utility billing did a great job today. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we got a public hearing. Rezoning RZ 4 2026. Agricultural, Lafayette County to I-1 light industrial. Unaddressed property located along West Main Street, parcel number 23-1.0-02-0-000-001.000. Bruce Bellington, Green Up Holdings LLC is property owner. Would anybody like, we'll start this public hearing at 6:23. Would anybody like to speak? Come on up and state your name and address the record.
How you guys doing? Hi. Robbie Rucker, 301 R Kelly. I'm the CEO of Advanced Industries. So if you guys read the paper, you know what kind of came out in the last hearing here. So I just wanted to step up and, once again, just kind of explain what we're doing, our business and what we're trying to accomplish with this. This land, the rezoning of it is our growth plan. We're exploding right now. We're bursting at the seams from not just a capacity standpoint, but a footprint standpoint. And we have a lot of demand coming through to us to support our end customers, and our very end customer is the U.S. military. And we provide very vital resources for the warfighter. If you guys are paying attention to the news, you can see that the request for defense budget this year was a 70% increase from last year. Also in the news, there's a number of articles and information out there about the supply of weapons. We are a direct impact of that. Our end customer and the products we produce supply those weapons and those missiles. So when they're trying to re-equip the U.S. military, they're asking us to tool up, gear up, and be prepared. That's what I'm trying to do. We have to have space to be able to do that. Not only just for the existing stuff that we've got with rate increases they want to push through, but also on new programs, new technologies that they're trying to put into the U.S. military. That we're trying to bring that here and become a part of that supply chain. We need this in order to be able to facilitate those growth plans. And really, I want to stress, from a size where we're at. I said this last time, it was in the paper, going from 150 employees, 14 months later being at 280 employees. Most of those employees are coming out of Odessa. So we're supplying a significant amount of the jobs. We employ a lot of the town. And we've been here for a long time, and I want to stay that way. So as you guys are looking at this and you plan to vote on it, that's what you're voting for. If you vote to rezone, is it gives us the ability to keep growing and keep meeting those needs here. That's all I've got to say. I'm happy to answer the question if you guys got questions later, or now, or whatever. I don't know how this process works, but
I'll allow it. Any further questions? Don't think. Please. All right.
Appreciate you guys.
Good start. Anybody else wants to speak to the public hearing? Seeing none, we'll close it at 6:26. Next public hearing. Rezoning RZ 5 2026 AG Agricultural District to I-1 Light Industrial unaddressed property located along West Main Street, parcel number 23-1.0-1-000-044.010. Bruce Bellington, Green Up Holdings LLC property owner. Start this public hearing at 6:27. Would anybody like to speak? Seeing none.
You put ditto for me.
Seeing none, we'll close this public hearing at 6:28. And the next public, we got one more public hearing. It's ordinance amendment. Bill number 2026-18, amending chapter 50 zoning, article 2, division 2, section 50-58, relating to off-street parking for all R1 zones of the city of Odessa Code of Ordinances. We'll start this hearing at 6:29. Then we'd like to speak to this public hearing. We have one up. State your name and address, please, for the record.
Good evening, my name is Thomas Hopper.
Address,
Sorry, say that again.
address, where do you live?
720 East Main Street here in Odessa.
Okay, thanks.
This is just kind of new to me, a new builder developer, longtime family here. It was brought to my attention this afternoon by Jenny from the city. We wanted to go put an application in for another building. She just brought some information to my attention, encouraged me to come and speak. Just regarding affordability with our houses, kind of the parking, the ordinances, our ideas as builders. So she made it sound like, and correct me if I'm wrong with the information, but the amount of bedrooms is going to impact the amount of parking spaces required. So right now, we're already building, in my opinion, really small homes that are outrageously priced. And now requiring a lot bigger parking spaces. You're not gonna have any front yard, you're not gonna have any curb appeal. I'm all on board for building nice things, but also making it affordable for people here in the community. So we just put in for, just like a lot of the houses going around, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The property, they're 50-foot wide. It's almost, I don't know if it's not impossible, but it's expensive, and I don't know that's fiscally responsible for not only the builder, but also the homeowner. And it makes it tougher on everybody. So those are my concerns, creating a good plan of making sure parking is necessary and responsible for our community, but also affordable as well. So those are my concerns. Definitely want consideration as far as the houses being built versus what is required for parking.
Okay. Thanks for speaking. Appreciate it. Any more comments? One more. No.
Pete Bailey, 8807 Highway 131, Gaston, Missouri. I just was wanting to speak about, I've been talking to Sean and Kathy about this quite some time. Specifically one street like Lake Use Drive up here that goes into the hill. Where they have the duplexes and there's really not ample parking for everybody to park. And they're parking on the streets, and you can't get in through to get to the subdivision at times. It's really tight, especially a concrete truck or a dump truck. A trash truck even in the future would have problems. And the project's gonna have 130 some lots in the future to grow. And I just think there's maybe a solution to widening the driveways to possibly, if you have a duplex that if there's a man and a wife and one child, that's 3 vehicles at some point possibly. And on the other side, they'd have 2 children, that's 4. So there could be 6 to 8 vehicles at each duplex, and that runs into putting everybody on the street. I think there's solutions that by just widening the driveway, just adding parking. And I know the ordinance, according to Sean, it doesn't allow for maybe a wider driveway at this time. I think it's something to consider, widening them out. We are looking in the future on that particular road. We had an approved plans to go north out to 131, and with MoDOT, I don't think we can get a straight answer out of anybody what lies there in the future, but we are putting a plan together. We have an engineer that's working on a plan behind Lake Benita for a grocery store. The site's plenty big for a grocery store and having that road come in and go behind the lake and tie into there, but that could be many moons away. But that's something we are looking at. And I know they've been working with staff, Shauna or Kathy or somebody, so that's all I got.
I
So
see.
do you have a request for the board?
So,
A request for the board for the no parking on both sides? Are you requesting that?
yeah, well, but yeah, I mean, even if they, that is a big issue when they park on both sides, but even if they park on one side, it's still, if you have a concrete truck coming in or something and or lumber truck or even two vehicles, two big pickups. And then they have to pass basically in one lane. It's just too tight, so.
All right. Very good.
Thank you.
Oh, do you have a question, Steve?
Not exactly for Steve, but that's got me thinking on that, wouldn't we have to also consider fire trucks and emergency vehicles, so that might be something that if it's that big of an issue for a concrete truck, we're talking fire trucks, ambulance, all that stuff too.
Good point.
When I toured the area here, a month or so ago, that was the first thing I noticed was getting in and out of there was very tight. And so echo that concern as well.
Okay. All right. Any further comments for the public hearing? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing at 6:34. Now we have one public comment, Jonathan Milton. Come on up. Take your name and address, you limit it to 3 minutes, and you take your name and address. We'll start. Fine, thank you.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Jonathan Miller, 812 South Third Street. I have a small statement here. My name's Jonathan Miller. I want to begin by congratulating Mayor Whitsitt, and thank you, Mayor, for your time and service, and everybody for having me here. You're inheriting, let's see, and our new board members on their swearing in. You're inheriting a community that is ready for a new chapter of transparency, and I wish you clarity in your roles. I stand here as the chief petitioner to formally notify this new board that the Missouri State audit is now in the verification phase. The signatures are in Jefferson City. The jurisdiction of the utility inquiry has officially shifted from this room to the state auditor's office. The lag time is over. The season of state level verification has arrived. The financial discrepancy and the legal risk. One of the primary truths we expect the state to uncover is the resolution of conflicting records regarding the ECA overcharges. While the city has discussed a $919,000 figure, deeper research suggests the true liability could be as high as $1.3 million. The citizens deserve to know the binary truth of what was taken. To the new board, I urge you to perform a fiduciary audit of your own legal stewardship. Ask yourselves, is your current legal counsel serving as a sovereign shield for the taxpayers, or have they become a risk liability that allowed these accounting errors and the targeted harassment of citizens to go unchecked? You deserve representation that protects the city, not just the status quo. Finally, as you lead us, please know that the standard of the work behind this audit is federal. As the owner of Drone Zones USA LLC, I'm a professional vetted by the TSA, the FBI, and the FAA. I hold a federal certification of trust and character. Despite this, I have faced barbaric, false felony accusations, specifically labels of thief and rapist, intended to stop this audit and render my 5-star business commercially toxic. While those responsible have publicly admitted these statements were absolute falsehoods, the human cost is documented. I mention this so the board understands the level of resistance the truth has faced, and to ensure the record reflects that this audit was initiated by a qualified vetted expert. The mumbo jumbo of the past is behind us. We are now in a season of verification. I look forward to the state's findings and to a board that values the daily bread of its citizens. We really don't know the limits of what we can accomplish by all working together towards the same goal. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. Moving on, old business, there is none. New business. We start off with introduction and readings of bill number 2026-11, a proposed ordinance accepting the results of the April 7th, 2026 general municipal election as provided by the Lafayette County Clerk. I would take a motion to approve the first reading.
Make a motion to approve first reading, bill number 2026-11. First reading of general municipal election candidate results. Second.
Alderman Kerrigan seconds. All in favor? 6-0. Discussion. Didn't think so. All right. Gonna go on to the second reading. Introduction and readings of bill number 2026-11, a proposed ordinance accepting the result of the April 7th, 2026 general municipal election as provided by the Lafayette County Clerk. Second reading. I would take a motion to approve this as an ordinance.
Make a motion to approve bill number 2026-11, second reading, general municipal election candidate results as an ordinance.
And a second. Alderman Blackty seconds. Roll call.
Aldermember Placky,
Yes.
Whitsitt,
Yes.
Olson,
Yes.
Crabtree,
Yes.
Kerrigan.
Yep.
Star,
Yes.
motion carried, given ordinance number 3175.
Very good. And now we have some recognitions.
Okay. Are you gonna take? Yeah.
Okay, so we will start by recognizing Carl Crabtree. You can come up here. Get a quick picture. Even though your service was short, we appreciated every minute of it. So thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you. Okay. Now we will recognize Colin Kerrigan for his service to the Board of Aldermen. And for his service between April 2024 and April 2026. Very much for your service. Okay, you ready to back up? You're next. Okay, and then we would like to thank Mayor Brian Varner for his service to the Board of Aldermen and as mayor. So he served as Board of Aldermen from 2021 to 2024 and mayor of City of Odessa from 2024 to 2026. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you for everything that you did for the city. Really appreciate it. Now we will adjourn to sign up. Senadia.
Yeah, is that what it is? Do we have to do anything? Okay. Yeah, you did. Okay.
I would take a motion to adjourn signed aye.
Make a motion to adjourn, fine.
I'll second.
Cynthia.
Motion in second. All in favor?
Cynthia.
6-0. You're already signed up?
Joe for now.
Signing die.
Yeah, you got flag.
The official one is.
You do it. Tell them to bring the flag.
Oh.
Oh. gonna take another one. It's gonna be so loud. All right.
Officially, it's sunny day, but senior day, or senior, senior day. Senior.
I like said Senate day, it's
Everybody
Senate
does
day.
tiny
Don't
day.
follow.
Regular, you actually know that's what you're doing, so.
I only learned that Friday at Robert training. Mm. Hey, Bruce.
Take care. Yeah.
Leave that, so you do turn there.
Good to see you.
Nice. Thanks, I'm good. So are you?
But it's not on. Okay. Yeah. We're like. That's all. It's not on.
You guys look like you're up for this. Or temporary? Yeah. All right, are you gonna do the swearing in now?
Yep.
Yes, I am. Mhm. I said, wait. Yeah.
Aldermen start.
What?
You wanna?
I'm busy. I didn't do it. Whatever what they call it.
You want your fancy?
Okay. I need check.
Chance what I'm doing. That was your No.
That was.
Oh, yeah.
Have to stand here for that.
Right. I state your name.
I'm Mickey Starr.
Do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the office of Alderwoman Ward 2 as prescribed by law. Ward 1. Ward 1.
I do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the office of Alderwoman Ward 1.
And that I will,
prescribed by law.
and I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Missouri,
That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri.
the provisions of all laws of the state affecting cities of this class,
The provisions of all laws of the state affecting cities of this class.
and the ordinances of the city of Odessa,
And the ordinance of the city of Odessa.
and faithfully demean myself in office.
And faithfully demean myself in office.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you. I want her to take a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to sign this? It's not right.
No,
No, no, I'm not.
I'm put Carlos in all.
Okay. Okay, next we will call Alderman Finch.
My family training with your family.
Please don't sit on it.
Yes. Big roll, get on, side. I state your name.
I, Amy Finch,
Do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the office of Alderwoman Ward 2 as prescribed by law.
do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the office of Alderwoman Ward 2 as prescribed by law.
That I support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri,
That I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Missouri.
the provisions of all laws of the state affecting cities of this class,
The provisions of all laws of this state affecting cities of this class.
and the ordinances of the city of Odessa,
And the ordinances of the city of Odessa.
and faithfully demean myself in office.
And faithfully demean myself in office.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oh, there we go.
I'm signing.
Yeah.
You. Okay.
We call up Alderwoman Wrench.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. A lot of people to do tonight. I do apologize for that. It's okay. Aldermember Forrest.
Alderman Boyd.
I didn't like that.
This has been the most swearing in we've ever.
It's all in your model.
You actually invited yourself.
No, okay. We'll alert your family tonight.
I should make someone for Travis. I got a mustache.
I state your name. I, Ward Full. Do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the state of office of Alderman, Ward 3 as prescribed by law.
Do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the office of Alderman Ward 3 as prescribed by law.
And that I support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri,
That I support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws of this state affecting cities of this class,
the provisions of all laws of this state affecting cities of this class,
and the ordinances of the city of Odessa,
and ordinances of the city of Odessa,
and faithfully demean myself in office.
and faithfully demean myself in office.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. I'll take it.
Okay, we'll sign.
Like it's kindergarten.
All right. Yeah. And finally, we will call up Mayor Whitson. Go.
And Debbie.
And Debbie.
Being ready. So, keep so. No, what?
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Bruce Whitson,
Do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the office of mayor
do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the office of mayor
as prescribed by law.
as prescribed by law,
That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Missouri,
The provisions of all laws of this state affecting cities of this class.
the provisions of all laws of this state affecting the cities of this class,
And the ordinances of the city of Odessa.
and the ordinances of the city of Odessa,
And faithfully demean myself in office.
and faithfully demean myself in office.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oh.
Is he ready to go?
Come on, Julie. Yeah, I'll do one more.
You get one of these, Sue?
I got it. One.
Okay.
I didn't get it in many copies.
Yeah.
Chicken. You said you did.
Okay.
Hey.
Ready? Call meeting to order. Roll call.
Okay. Aldermember Starr,
Here.
Placky,
Here.
Finch,
Here.
Polson,
Here.
Palmer.
Here.
Mayor Whitson.
Here.
We have a quorum.
I will accept a motion to approve resolution number 2026-16. Declaring Board of Aldermen seat for Ward 3 vacant effective April 27, 2026.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2026-16, declaring the vacancy of Board of Aldermen.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? 6-0, 5-0, rather.
Yes.
Then we have a motion, I will accept the motion to approve resolution number 2026-17, appointing Rachel Wren to the Board of Aldermen for Ward 3 to fill the unexpired term ending April 6, 2027. Subject to the oath of office. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2026-17, appointment of Rachel Lynn to the Board of Aldermen.
Have a motion, do I have a second? Have a motion and a second, all in favor? 5-0.
All right, now. Do I get?
I state your name.
I, Rachel Wren,
Do solemnly swear that I possess qualifications for the office of Alderwoman Ward 3.
do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications for the office of Alderwoman Ward 3
as prescribed by law.
as prescribed by law.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri,
That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws of this state affecting cities of this class,
the provisions of all laws of this state affecting cities of this class,
and the ordinances of the city of Odessa,
and the ordinances of the city of Odessa,
and faithfully demean myself in office.
and faithfully demean myself in office.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
All right, we have two proclamations to read tonight. First proclamation is very important. I want to start out by saying what a team we have here. And not just here, but at home also. The city of Odessa team is not just those at City Hall. Or those sitting at the table there are supervisors or the employees. It is the board of aldermen is a part of that team. It's the city residents. It's the children in the school. We're all part of the same team. When you go to City Hall to pay your utility bill, they're the partners for the people that live in Odessa. Tell them thank you. Talk politely to them. If it weren't for the people that work for the city, residents wouldn't have streets to walk in, they wouldn't have safe homes to live in. We're all partners of Odessa, we're all Odessans. And I think we need to start treating each other as the partners that we are. The past several weeks through Facebook and even in other issues over the past several years, we've kind of let our I'll call it a brother and sister attitude get the better of us. Brothers and sisters fight, we disagree with each other, but eventually we make up, right? We support each other. Well, we've kind of forgotten that make up part and the support part. So we're all on the same team. And I think we need to start remembering that and support each other no matter who we think is right. Okay, so let me read this proclamation. Whereas local governments in Missouri make important decisions that affect the lives of all Missourians. And whereas local governments are the level of government closest to the people. And whereas local governments include city councils, county commissions, school boards, among others. And whereas local governments are the ultimate expression of grassroots democracy. And whereas local governments play an essential role in the quality of life in Missouri communities. And now therefore I, Bruce Whitsitt, Mayor of the City of Odessa, Missouri, do hereby name May 3rd through 9th, 2026 as Local Government Week in Odessa, Missouri, and urge all Missourians to join me in recognizing the local governments as they serve their communities. And witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Odessa, Missouri to be affixed this 27th day of April, the year of our Lord, 2026. And the second proclamation, equally as important. Whereas the National Day of Prayer has been a part of our country's heritage since it was declared by the First Continental Congress in 1775. And whereas the 75th annual observance of the National Day of Prayer will be held May the 7th, 2026, as mandated by both houses of Congress and by our President, And whereas the leaders of our nation have relied on the power of prayer throughout American history. And whereas we as a nation and a state give thanks for the freedoms we enjoy and pray that the city of Odessa and its people will continue to be blessed and protected from those who threaten democracy. And whereas Isaiah 25 verse 1, which says, Lord, you are my God, I will exalt you and praise your name. For in perfect faithfulness you have done wonderful things planned long ago. And whereas this year's National Day of Prayer theme is faithfulness, and whereas it is appropriate that we acknowledge God in sovereign and call upon him in prayer. Now therefore, I, Bruce Whitsitt, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Odessa, Missouri, do hereby proclaim May 7th, 2026 as the National Day of Prayer. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Odessa, Missouri to be affixed this 27th day of April, the year of our Lord 2026. Now, moving on to our ordinances. Before I begin reading the ordinances, Sean and I have discussed the first and second readings in the same presentation as has been done often in the past. You'll see us slowly moving away from doing that on every ordinance. That will not go away. But we want to be sure, the administration wants to be sure that as aldermen, you have plenty of time to study the ordinances. You can, as aldermen, you can decide to go ahead and make a second reading if you want to. If we put a second reading on the agenda, you can table that decision to vote on the bill. You can postpone the second reading to a subsequent meeting because you're in control. The agenda is yours. It's not our agenda. But we want to be sure you have time to vet any bill that we put on the agenda and make your decision as to what you want to do. So our intent is that if we feel you need more time to study an agenda, we may just put a first reading on it or an item, a bill that's on the agenda. We may just put first reading on the agenda for you. And the second reading may come on the next meeting, on the next agenda. If we feel it's something that's important to be passed right away, the agenda may have first and second reading. Okay, but we want to be sure that there's plenty of time for you to study the item that's on the agenda. That makes sense there, everyone. That's our intent. Okay. With that, I will accept the first motion to accept the first reading of bill number 2026-12, annexation to annex -02-2026, unaddressed property located along West Main Street, parcel number 23-1.0-02-0-00-001.000. Bruce Bellington, Green Up Holdings LLC is the property owner. May I have a motion?
I make a motion for the first reading of bill number 2026-12, annexation. Parcel 23-1.0-02-000-001.000.
I have a second. Have a motion and a second discussion. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is, it's discussed at the planning and zoning meeting. This was the first thing that was discussed. The CEO, who was here tonight, spoke. He came and spoke in favor of it. Basically, what he said tonight is what he said at the meeting. One of the things he didn't say tonight, he said at the meeting was, he said, they've hired a lot of people. They wanna hire more. He said pie in the sky would be 500, but that's what they're shooting. One person spoke in opposition. And he was the gentleman who owns the property across the river, tracks from it, on Golden Bell. And when he got up to speak, he stated, he said, I'm not really here in opposition, I'm here for questions. And he had questions such as, his property is a farm. What kind of chemicals are gonna be running on my property? What do you all basically do? What are you doing here? How much noise is there going to be? The CEO invited him to come to tour their facility here in town, so he could answer all his questions. And he accepted. If I'm gonna go with opinion, this is kind of some big part of the future of our town. Doing this. So.
Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to accept the second reading.
We have to do it all in favor for the first reading.
Okay,
All in favor?
you need a roll call for that?
No, the first reading's just an all in favor. If you're in favor
So,
of the introduction of the reading, then go ahead and say yes.
And just a roll call for the second.
The second one is a roll call, yes.
All in favor for the first reading?
Okay,
6-0.
perfect.
All in favor before discussion or after discussion?
It's before discussion,
Okay.
so that's okay.
I can accept that since we've already had discussion, I'll accept a motion for the second.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
He's correct.
you don't have to read the full parcel.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to read it again, though.
You should, yes.
I'll accept a motion for second reading of bill number 2026-12 annexation. And -02-2026 unaddressed property located along West Main Street, parcel number 2023-1.0-002-000-001.000 owned by Bruce Bellington Green Up Holdings LLC, property owner. I have a motion to accept second reading as in the word.
I'm gonna try. Correctly, I make a motion to accept bill number 2026-12, second reading, annexation, Annex 02, 2026, and approve as an ordinance. Yes.
Correct.
Have a motion and a second, roll call.
Aldermember Placky,
Yes.
Wren,
Yes.
Polson,
Yes.
Finch,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Star.
Yes.
Okay, motion carried, given ordinance number 3176.
Okay, now we have bill number 2026-13. I will accept a motion to accept the motion for the first reading of bill number 2026-13 rezoning RZ-04-2026 agricultural Lafayette County to I-1 light industrial unaddressed property located along West Main Street, parcel number 23-1.0-002-000-001.000 Bruce Bellington Green Up Holdings LLC property owner. May I have a motion to accept the first reading?
I make a motion to accept the first reading, bill number 2026-13. Rezoning.
You can read the RZ 04-2026, that would be sufficient.
Rezoning RZ-04-2026.
Motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? 6-0. Discussion. Yes, sir.
So this was the second part. Both these parcels are, it's in our agenda thing, it's, if you go down Main Street, going down the hill, it is this part here especially, the west side of the hill. The first one was, that's the first one. This one is the one above it. It goes all the way around to the power plant and the water plant.
I think we're still on this one, the first one with the annexation.
Not the first one.
This one's the reason. I think it's the same person.
Okay, that person right there. That's the one.
But both are to be rezoned
Correct.
and the outer is to be annexed. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
So we annexed that one. Now we want to rezone,
Correct.
or we want to vote
Annex. Right. There's only two. Right.
So if we don't have any discussion, we vote. Second reading.
Yeah.
No further discussion. I'll accept a motion to accept bill number 2026-13, rezoning RZ 04-2026 as an ordinance.
Make a motion to accept second reading. Bill number 2026-13, rezoning RZ 04-2026.
As an.
As an ordinance.
Have a motion and a second, roll call.
Aldermember Ren.
Yeah.
Plackty,
Yes.
Paulson,
Yes.
Finch,
Yes.
Palmer, Star.
Yes.
Motion carried, given ordinance number 3177.
Thank you. Now we have bill number 2026-14. I will accept a motion to accept the first reading of bill number 2026-14, rezoning RZ 05-2026. AG Agricultural District to I-1 Light Industrial unaddressed property located along West Main Street, parcel number 23-1.02-1.000-044.010 Bruce Bellington Green Holdings LLC, property owner. May I have a motion to accept the first reading?
Make a motion to accept the first reading of bill number 2026-14, rezoning RZ 05-026.
2026. Okay. Should I have a second? Have a motion and a second, all in favor? 6-0. Discussion.
Okay, back to where it was. This is the parcel that's on the west side of the hill. Goes all the way around. The only question that was asked at planning and zoning was a fence. And then they were told that because this is a fence study, they are required to fence it in.
ID, is that fenced along the residential or all around the?
I'm gonna go with all the way around it.
You can ask.
I can speak. So
Come on, go ahead.
that
Come on.
hillside is, it's right 100-foot elevation on that hillside, so. It's not buildable on the hillside, you're not gonna be able to build on
Towards
that.
the residential.
So it's gonna be down on the bottom of the hill that you're gonna fence along, and it'll be right on the outside perimeter of the buildings.
So there's a natural barrier between the residential area.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't get through there.
You can kind of tell where the property has been agriculturally farmed. So that's more the buildable acreage, arguably.
That's basically what's buildable. The hillside there is, yeah, it's not buildable. I don't think. I think that makes sense.
Thank you. Any further questions? I'll take a motion to accept the second reading of bill number 2026-14 rezoning RZ 05-2026 as an ordinance.
Make a motion for the second reading of bill number 2026-14. Rezoning of RZ 05-2026 and acceptance.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Aldermember Polson,
Yes.
Bench,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Star,
Yes.
Plackty,
Yes.
Ren.
Yes.
Motion carried, given ordinance number 3178.
We have bill number 2026-15. I'll take a motion to accepting bill number 2026 first reading of bill number 2026-15. Repealing a replat of Asher Meadows, all lots 3 and 4 of Alamo subdivision located within the city of Odessa, Lafayette County, Missouri.
Make a motion to accept first reading of bill number 2026-16. Repeat, no, 15. 15. Repealing replat of Asher Meadows.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor? 6-0. Discussion.
This had been. We had voted on this before. The gentleman at that time wanted to take his property and divide it into 2 lots. The main discussion in the planning and zoning was the second lot was going to be very small. I think it's the minimum size. There's a garage, there was a garage that was in question. It's for sure. They're coming back with the bill coming next. They were not allowed to do it.
So it was too small.
One more.
The garage in question, it was the title company, is that correct?
Yeah, the applicant's here. He can speak to it as well.
We talked to him about that garage that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we talked about it because it's actually the garage is on my property, but and there's actually a fence right there along the side of it. And so, whenever this was done years ago, my parents have lived here at this house for 30+ years. And so anyway, my dad passed, and so I got it here recently. And so it used to be 3 lots, so we're just wanting the houses on 1 lot or on 2 lots, and we're just wanting to kind of separate that last lot. But but along, anyway, the neighbor's property line actually came over and goes through a little bit of my garage and then extends on back. So we discussed how it was grandfathered in. There was nothing really we could do about it. And so anyway, long story short, we went to get it titled and they asked if we would get it cleaned up because they said it should have been done a long time ago. So I talked with my neighbor and he just says, well, let's just go with the fence line straight back. You know, just like all of us thought the property line actually did. And so we worked out where he's already signed the papers to just let it go straight back on his property or on that fence line. And so he's given me that little bit, I'm paying him a little bit of something for it. And so we're just simply wanting to get that line, that property line on the west side straight where his property now doesn't come through my garage. So that was a mess.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah, so and then,
So the third lot,
So
You're still wanting to do the 2 lots.
correct, it's just 2 lots. His lot,
It's
since we changed it. We just kind of became a part of Asher Meadows, so it's his property still.
Right.
Yes, and so that is just his property. We just shaved off a little bit of the back, so his back of his property he goes to my garage.
On the survey, you can kind of see there's a larger number 3, 1, and 2. Number 3 on the far left is the neighbor's property. Number 2 is your property, correct? And then number 1 is the new parcel that's being created, the new lot.
Yeah, so I mean, 1 and 2 are both my property,
Right.
just.
But 2 is where your existing home is.
Correct.
We have to repeal what we agreed to.
Correct.
Yeah, so we're just repealing what was already.
The next.
Yep.
Will you do me a favor and state your name for the record?
Oh, sure, Tom Asher. You need my address?
No.
That's it.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, I'll accept a motion to accept the second reading of bill number 2026-15, repealing the replat of Asher Meadows, all lots 3 and 4 of Allen Boss subdivision located within the city of Odessa, Lafayette County, Missouri, and the ordinance.
I'll make a motion to accept bill number 2026-15, second reading, repealing replat of Astor Meadows and approve as an ordinance.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Aldermember Palmer,
Yes.
Star,
Yes.
Placky,
Yes.
Ren,
Yes.
Paulson,
Yes.
Bench.
Yes.
Motion carried, given ordinance number 3179.
Thank you. Now we have the replat. I'll accept the motion to accept the first reading of bill number 2026-16, approving the replat of Asher Meadows, all lots 3 and 4 of Allen Boss subdivision and part of the northwest quarter, section 6-T.48-R.27, located within the city of Odessa, Lafayette County, Missouri.
I'll make a motion to approve bill number 2026-16, first reading of the replat of Asher Meadows.
Awesome.
Have a motion in 2 seconds. All in favor? 6-0. Discussion. Yes, ma'am.
This might have been answered before, but if you go back to that. The one before that. Yeah. So the new lot. Then would be to the left of the house.
Correct.
And then back to the shed, kind of,
All the way straight, well,
all the way back,
all the way back.
okay. But the blue line that's up there that kind of cuts into the house isn't really it. Is
Well,
that right?
the
No.
blue line there is actually the new line.
No, that's not accurate.
Oh,
The dashed blue line is to indicate the original 4 lots. You can see the small 1, small 2, small 3, small 4. That indicates the original lots 1 through 4. And you can see that on the survey too. You can see they're a little bit smaller, numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's all that's indicating are the original 4 lots. And then the new on the survey, it's that line is scooting over ever so slightly.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we didn't have the same problem with the garage and the house.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll take a motion to accept bill number 2026, second reading for bill number 2026-16, approving the replat of Asher Meadows, all lots 3 and 4 of Allen Boss subdivision and part of the northwest quarter, section 6T 48-R-27,
27 located within the city of Odessa, Lafayette County, Missouri. As an ordinance.
I make a motion to approve bill number 2026-16. Second reading of the replat of Pasture Meadows and accept as an ordinance.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Aldermember Polson,
Yes.
Finch,
Yes.
Bren,
Yes.
Blacktey,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Star,
Yes.
motion carried, given ordinance number 3180.
Thank you. Bill number 26-17, I will accept a motion to accept first reading of bill number 2026-17, accepting sanitary sewer infrastructure for 3 separate parcels.
I'll make a motion to accept bill number 2026-17, first reading, acceptance of sewer infrastructure.
Have a motion and a second discussion.
All in favor?
All in favor? I'm sorry.
Okay.
6-0 discussion.
This is on Ninth Street.
9th Street Terrace.
Three Terrace.
Yes. So this is our only remaining private sewer within the city of Odessa. So having this within our sewer system is more efficient for city staff. It's already connected to our system, so we're collecting the sewer. It's just the line from Main Street through 9th Street Terrace is private. So in order for in the future for any repairs to be made on that street, that would require consensus of those who live on the street. So it's more efficient, more effective for those residents who live there that it be serviced and maintained by the city of Odessa. Am I correct in saying that's the only remaining? There was question at planning and zoning if there was any more. I thought that was the only remaining private sewer in Odessa.
It is.
Okay, thank you.
We have the necessary easements to do
Yes, there's.
whatever repairs that we need. And
Yep, so we've worked with the property owners. This requires 3 easements from 3 of the 7 property owners on 9th Street Terrace. So in the packet, you'll see that those property owners have all agreed and signed off on the easements at this time.
there being no more discussions, I'll accept the motion to accept the second reading of bill number 2026-17, accepting sanitary sewer infrastructure for 3 separate parcels as an ordinance.
Yeah, I'll do it. I can. Okay.
I will make a motion to accept the second reading of bill number 2026-17. Second reading of your acceptance of sewer infrastructure and adopting as an ordinance.
Have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Aldermember Wren,
Yes.
Blacktey,
Yes.
Polson,
Yes.
Finch,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Star,
Yes.
motion carried, given ordinance number 3181.
Bill number 2026-18, I will accept a motion for to accept the first reading of bill number 2026-18. Amending chapter 50 zoning article 2 division 2 section 50-58. Relating to off-street parking for all R1 zones of the city of Odessa Code of Ordinances.
I make a motion for the first reading of bill number 2026-18. Code of Ordinance Amendment, chapter 50, off-street parking.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Get vote, discussion.
Mr. Mayor. I listened to 2 planning commissions meetings where this was discussed and I've read the material. I have a concern. The staff report indicates that we want to work towards more affordable housing. My concern is before I understand the issue I think we were trying to resolve was our code said that on a single family, you needed 2 garage spaces. And we had some homes built with 1. So trying to resolve that. I'm afraid that if we include the language that excludes the internal garage space, when people are either contracting to have a home built or a builder is building, one, you're going to have more concrete for either a wider or longer driveway. I drove around town today and there are areas of town where I think we all want to see infill, and I think that would be challenging. There are homes on corner lots that have garages on the side that have a little bit wider and stubbier driveway, so no opportunity there to lengthen. You're really putting, whether it's an individual or a builder, in a position of choosing no garage on a new build because you're paying for more concrete, for more parking outside, or paying twice for the same capacity. I understand the concern about a car in the garage and a car in the driveway. I think there are some areas of town that probably have more congestion than others. I drove mainly in my ward today, a little bit around town. I think it makes more sense with respect to the planning commission to send this back down for some more discussion and maybe analyzing what issue are we trying to solve. We have a lot more work to do on the other parking ordinances. I'm concerned, I don't know if we had conversed with any of our building community or vendors or realtors, people that might be involved in that process. I don't know how not counting an internal garage space makes building a home more fun. I think it puts people to make a choice. We don't want tiny homes with, I don't want to see tiny homes with the whole front yard as a driveway. You could have a ranch style home with 3 bedrooms on the main floor and a finished conforming bedroom on the basement. You're gonna have a lot of driveway there if there is a garage and you don't get to count those spaces. I personally am not in favor of this particular version. I would like to see it go back down to the planning commission where they can consider it with the rest of the parking discussion and maybe get more feedback and really analyze what the cost of doing that would be and what the feedback from the people that would be paying the price to be. That's all. Thank you.
I got a little bit about this. I've talked to a few people. I'm kind of confused by the wording, so I don't know if who I addressed to get answers on it. But essentially, we're taking away the language that specifies 2 garage parking spaces, and we're making it to where your average home has to have 3 outside of the garage. Am I reading it correctly?
Yep.
I'm kind of echoing what she's saying. What are we trying to achieve with this?
The original intent was to reduce on-street parking. So eliminate the need for residents to have to park on the street, especially for new construction. So they were concerned with the fact that we had new multifamily built, and that new multifamily immediately after construction, those residents were having to park on the street.
This ordinance isn't about multifamily, right?
No.
So that's my concern, is that I'm afraid that the line is blurring between.
Yeah.
If it's a multifamily build, then address that area or that subdivision through development agreement or parking, whether it's no parking one side. But we're blurring an issue with multifamily or commercial, and it's bleeding into residential where I'm not seeing the data to back up the residential street overflow in most areas is really the issue we're trying to solve.
I agree.
Is this more about new areas?
Not necessarily, no.
The only reason I ask is because you said, seems like most of the neighborhoods get through, yeah. I'm sure there's a few outliers. Also, I'm not sure, I mean, this really does choose people, or make people choose. Do they want a garage or do they want a huge concrete slab instead of a front yard? I don't know, and it's the whole thing's kind of confusing because I feel like the goal of the ordinance isn't actually being achieved, if I'm understanding the goal. So that's my stance on it so far.
at the planning and zoning meeting, it was brought up, and I believe that was in the ideas. Several cities were studying on their ordinances, how they, the number of bedrooms versus the driveway size. So that is part of where this came from.
Lexington, for example, faces different challenges than the city of Odessa residential neighborhoods. I think they have, I did some as quick research as I could today, narrower streets, more historic, old build neighborhoods than we have. I don't think we should try to apply a solution that solved the Lexington problem for Odessa if we can't back up that it is an Odessa problem. That's the only issue I had. If we had some data that said the majority of our residential neighborhoods have so much overflow parking that a trash truck or a fire truck can't get down. That's not what I have experienced driving through town. I think we are trying to solve a multifamily issue, but we're putting it on single family, and I think we missed the mark here.
So in that instance where we would have parking that would create a hazard or whatever, we have the option to consider that to say no parking, right? So in that specific area, we don't have to make an ordinance that determines the size of a person's house if it's an issue with just parking. Yeah.
That's my position, is that if there is an area, whether it's new or old, maybe it's an older area and there's several new homes that go in. I think if street overflow and congestion and traffic becomes the issue, we deal with that issue instead of trying to apply a blanket solution that another community used without being able to tell the story of what is it solving here and what data do we have to test out.
You have, this is just thrown out there. Let's say you got a 3-bedroom house. So then, according to, if we accept this, it would be three spaces. Years ago, if you had, a 3-bedroom house, you could have 8 kids and they would fit 3 bedrooms. So at some point in time, your 8 kids are going to all have a car, which you could say will only be for a time period, they'll all be parking on the street. Sooner or later, they'll, in theory, you have to leave the house. But that's everybody. If you have kids, you're gonna have a multitude of cars.
Agree. I don't think families are trending with children these days, but if I have a 3-bedroom house, I have a 2-car garage. I'm in a position where my driveway is very long, and at the top end, I'm gonna put 3 lanes. I drove around town today. The size of the lots and the number of homes that have a 1 lane or a little bit bigger driveway don't have the space other than going wider, which I would wanna have more discussions about what does the city of Odessa want our town to look like? Is it a majority concrete front yard? I'm not in favor of that. But not every, I have a really far setback garage farther back from the house, but that's not typical. Our infill lots are not going to increase in size because we're increasing the impervious paved area that they need to park. There's still oddly shaped lots in some of our older districts, and I'm not sure that this solution has taken all of the uniqueness of our neighborhoods and available lots and areas to build into account. And I'm just wondering.
Hey, Bert. I gotta say something else to this. Some of these houses they're building nowadays take up most of the lot anyway. We do have another ordinance that you have to have so much green space. So I don't know if that will affect this or not, but we need to try to look into that. But if you concrete that, they're not gonna follow the other ordinance.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And just a thought is, it talked about the speed for affordable housing. So concrete's expensive. How is that house gonna be affordable you have this massive concrete that you have to put there. And it defeats the purpose in my opinion.
It's also weird to me that they're excluding the garage spaces, because cars keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so that's an odd decision.
I lived in Atchison, which was also a historical, there were areas of town that didn't even have off-street parking. I could see in a scenario where your streets are narrower and you have much more limited off-street parking, that you might want to push as much as you can, especially on new builds off the street. I don't think we're meeting that threshold here right now. To do that.
Let me ask, is this an item that you would like to postpone to the next meeting so you have time to think about it further?
My personal preference, just out of respect to the planning commission who did the work on it, in my prior experience, you send that back down to the planning commission with the board's feedback, maybe work on that a little bit, but I would be open to other suggestions as well.
If we send it back to planning and zoning. And previous issues that we've had, they requested. If it's sent back. They need to state. What it is we're asking, not just send it back saying. Fix it.
I would be willing to make a recommendation that if the object was to address the homes build that leads to 2 garage spaces, determine the number of spaces that's appropriate, remove the exclusion of the interior spaces for an immediate remedy. And then if there's additional changes, as the planning commission works through the rest of the parking ordinances, that can be brought forward. There may be a need to go ahead and make a decision now. I'm not in favor of the excluding the garage spaces, but perhaps there's a reasonable number of spaces that the board could agree upon and either amend or bring back.
Or both?
And with that, Amy, I would also like to echo what Darren said, because taking it back, make sure the planning and zoning is aware of that percentage, and I don't remember it
I
right.
don't know what it is, I just.
It's based off of a formal calculation. It's not just one number.
Right, so your lot size, your house size, and anything left can't be more than 2. So when you build a shop, when you build a whatever. So.
I think we have kind of 2 different ones. One's related to stormwater and the amount of green that you have to have on your lot. The other is that I believe it's that your accessory building cannot take up more than 20% of your backyard.
Does that include the drive? Does that include the concrete with that? I wonder, yes.
I'm not certain exactly.
So that's.
So currently, if I understand right, the most recent homes are being built with 1 garage and 1 stall in the driveway. On Johnson Drive, I think.
No, Pine Creek specifically is what spurred the conversation.
So
The townhomes.
if there outside of that specific area with the congestion, there are probably some cul-de-sac areas and places that would be impacted, but has the 2 parking spaces outside of that been a citywide issue?
The only other place I can think about it, because we've just been recently talking about it, is Lakeview Drive. When you come into the Hill subdivision, we have that same problem where each duplex counts the lot behind it, and that's causing those second cars to park on the street as opposed to. But it's still, I get what you're saying. It's still a greater than single family issue that doesn't necessarily need these stringent of requirements in the single family ordinance.
Does it make sense for something immediate to say leave the two parking spaces, but remove what current code says that it has to be a garage stall? Does that help anyone? Does that
Like take out the garage stall requirement and just have it be 2 spaces per dwelling, exclusive of the garage, or?
No, to include, so instead, now I think our code says
Yes.
requires 2 garage stalls.
Go back, Leslie. Right there.
Would it make more sense right now, instead of saying, 2 garage parking spaces for each dwelling unit to say 2 parking spaces, 2 off-street parking spaces. That's an immediate action that solves the discrepancy in what our,
Development.
some of our new builds, and still allowing maybe a more well-rounded, robust discussion around the parking ordinances as a whole.
Mhm.
Where then the multifamily issue might be solved, parking ordinances or one way,
Correct.
no parking, or something like that. But still clears up kind of that issue we were having with the most recent bills.
Yes, so we originally started with 2 parking spaces for each dwelling. And then the commission kind of, as they progressed through conversations, well, let me correct myself. They started with 2 garage parking spaces for each dwelling unit, exclusive of garage interior space. And then as their conversation evolved, they started to lean more heavily on the need for freeing up the street parking requirement
Was that surrounded on multifamily issue? Because I listened to it and I felt like the issues that were trying to be solved were not
single family. I agree with that.
But if we have an issue with what we've been approving and say 2 garage stalls,
We do.
would it be helpful to remove the garage parking and say parking spaces? Maybe that's not an issue.
Yeah, arguably, I would say it would be helpful just from an administrative perspective if the board could come up with a solution to help right now with the fact that we have developers with readily available plans that have less than 2 garage spaces. Because if we go back to the planning and zoning for this, they meet once a month. So their May meeting will be further discussion, and then we'll have to do a public hearing, and that'll be June before this comes back to you all. And then we still have the same problem of these developers with plan. I mean, we received.
Garage stalls?
Correct. We received 2 today alone that had single car garages.
I would personally be in favor of just saying single family dwellings, 2 parking spaces for each dwelling.
Neither.
So is the problem, I mean, is this trying to help the developers? Is that what this is about? Because these developers have.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't go as far as saying that, but the development that's being done on these infill lots is the more affordable housing. Now, if you look at.
Because these are those one car garage homes, right? That are slab homes, and they're 3-bedroom, and these are going for like $300,000.
But that is the most affordable that can be built in today's climate, unfortunately.
I think that's a concern if requiring. Probably they're gonna have at least 1 garage stall, but if they can't use that towards the requirement, more concrete is gonna be more money for license.
Right.
But I also.
So it's not, I mean, it's already affordable, but.
I do wonder if we have pending applications, I think some decision. being
I
made,
agree.
Whether it's leave it alone or I would be fine with just saying 2 parking spaces, striking garage.
And we can still have planning and zoning go back and rediscuss it, but I am concerned about the pending development that we have in City Hall right now.
So it sounds like we're trying to solve 2 problems at the same time, even though we're really only addressing 1. So there's multifamily that we're trying to address, but also at the same time, we have builders who are building currently 1 garage homes.
Correct.
They're technically out of code.
Correct.
And we didn't realize that until.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And the planning and zoning is reviewing all of the parking code, but we wanted to get this in front of you guys because of these backlogged buildings that are, or building permits that are waiting for approval.
Real quick, subdivisions when they come in, just because I don't know how it works. Subdivisions when they come in, we can require separate standards for them than just what's on ordinance, or can we not?
No, it would be what's in our ordinance. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want people to, I mean, I don't think anybody in Odessa, they can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody in town would want more concrete instead of grass and nature.
Yeah, and we did discuss in detail whether or not we needed a maximum, and we discussed a lot in detail. So our parking stall size requirement is 9 by 20. So if you were to do 3 deep, it would be 27 by 20. And then 2 deep with 2 more, 4 would be 18 by 40. So we did go into pretty extreme detail about what that meant and if it was feasible. And we've talked to developers on both sides that feel it's still feasible. You just have to be more thoughtful about how you lay out your parking lot or parking driveway. And then others who are concerned with it. So we've seen internally that we did not get anyone to speak at the planning and zoning. So the commission has not heard from both sides, but staff have heard from both sides on the developer side.
We need to encourage public comments then.
We do.
Okay, so really, these houses that are coming in, they're 3 bedrooms and less, the ones that are currently already being planned for 1-car garages.
Correct.
I mean, I don't know what decision we can make if we're voting on just this or what, but can we amend it to where, 3 bedrooms or less has the 2 spots, and then we adjust from there, so that way they can get to work, then at the same time, we can address this?
Yeah, I agree that we could just say, single family dwelling, 2 parking spaces for each dwelling unit, and that will be temporary until planning and zoning proposes a revised version.
I would even be okay with, the 4 and 5 bedroom ones having I don't think anybody's gonna build a 5-bedroom home with a 1-car garage. I assume not.
I guess you never know.
Yeah, so I'd be okay with that. And then I also like removing the length.
I think we could simply just not implement A, B, C on both of those and implement new language that just says 2 parking spaces for each dwelling unit.
I support that. I think then it can become part of the larger discussion that.
All at one time.
Yeah, we're planning, there may be other solutions that come up, deeper dive on the multifamily or other solutions on maybe areas where we wanna see, parking ordinance might also help address some of the single family, but I would be in support of that amendment. I like that.
I like that too. My one word that I want to voice, because I actually heard one person bring it up too, I talked to Kathy a little bit about it earlier. Our most desirable lots coming in from the new subdivisions, I would hate for them to suddenly get decreasing quality because we decreased the requirement on our ordinances. Especially any sort of lot that, you're seeing from the highway. Because people that I deal with at work, when I deal with in the city, when I bring up Odessa, the first thing they say is, oh, the ghost outlet mall. It's like, well, we're a lot more than that. But if suddenly we start decreasing the requirement, so that's the only worry that I have, but I definitely don't want to handcuff people. The government arbitrarily handcuff them.
I'm just adding this out there. We have all these 1-bedroom houses that now in town that are going up a lot, that all look the same. Is this just gonna encourage more of those? And not that there's anything wrong with those, but do we want like every block in town to have the same houses, that just like all these little cookie cutter houses? I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just throwing it out there.
I think until prices go down or there's a more affordable way to build, that's probably what we'll see. Unless it's in a development, maybe design a subdivision with larger lots.
I agree. I'm less concerned of the one-offs than I am entire
Just
subdivision.
throwing it out.
Oh, I get it. No, I appreciate it. Okay, so what do we want to try to do with the words?
So you need us to make a decision so we can move, so the builders can move forward.
Preferably amend the ordinance that's on the agenda.
So that's what I'm hearing is you want to amend the wording to just 2 parking spots? Does that include a garage? Or can they just have 2 parking spots with no garage?
I don't love that.
No, they need a garage.
Yeah, I don't love
2
that.
parking spots plus a garage.
Yeah, then they can make the garage.
Just 2 parking
And then are you?
Well, I think our point was to just reel it back to something simple for a temporary fix and have planning and zoning deep dive into whether or not we need garages or not need garages, or how many spaces include the garage, don't include the garage, etc.
How fast can we get that long-term fixed though? As if just rewording this was gonna go to planning and zoning, be a few months off. if we do a temporary fix now, does that temporary fix become a 2-year ordinance? And we got subdivisions going up with that rule.
Well, my intent is that this will go back to P and Z at their May meeting and they'll vote on their June meeting. That's the intent. I mean,
Do you
the sky could fall, but
all-
hopefully not.
all of the property to look at?
Yes, they're looking, they have already started conversations about all of the parking language that's in our code today. That includes single family, duplexes, multifamily, parking materials, parking space size, driveway width requirements, commercial parking requirements. It's everything related to parking we have brought to P and Z to discuss.
If we made a temporary decision today and they decided to incorporate additional changes, that could be presented with the public hearing with the rest of the parking zoning changes and then.
Yes. Yes.
So you're willing to do the second reading and accept the ordinance as amended? Or do you want a perfected ordinance brought back at the next meeting?
I would be in favor of accepting the amendment, especially because we have some applications that are pending and needing a resolution.
We got a motion.
We'll accept a.
Yeah,
I'll accept a motion to accept the second reading of bill number 2026-18, amending chapter 50 zoning article 2, division 2, section 5058, relating to off-street parking for all R1 zones of the city of Odessa code of ordinances as amended as an ordinance.
Do we have to specify exact words on the amendment?
Say that again.
Do we have to specify the exact words on the amendment before we vote? Okay.
You just did.
2 parking spaces for each dwelling unit.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
For both one,
Exactly.
for both items number 1 and 2, so single family dwellings and garage apartments.
Do I have a motion?
I so move that we accept bill number 2026-18, second reading. Code of Ordinance Amendment, Chapter 50, off-street parking as amended and approved as an ordinance.
Yes.
Have a motion and a second, roll call.
Aldermember Polson,
Yes.
Finch,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Star,
Yes.
Ren,
Yes.
Plackty.
Yes.
Motion carried, given ordinance number 3182.
One more ordinance and then a resolution. Take a motion to accept the first reading of bill number 2026-19, accepting the public works improvements within and for the Hill subdivision. Phase 1 contingent on receipt of as-built.
I so move we accept bill number 2026-19, first reading. Acceptance of public works infrastructure.
A motion to have a second. And motion and a second, all in favor? I have to abstain. 5-0, 1 abstention. Discussion.
John, can you just give us a brief?
So this is rather complicated. The Hill subdivision has a long history in Odessa, so I've provided some of the dates in the board action report. But the preliminary plat was approved in 2006, I think. Yeah. 2006, and the final plat was approved in 2007, and the construction plans were approved in 2007. We're kind of working with the hand that we're dealt to an extent, but the construction plans were approved at that time. The construction plans were for greater than what the final plat was. So the intention was in 2007 that they split half of the parcel, final platted it, and then would come back and final plat the other half. And then time and history occurred, the construction plans were approved and the final plat for the other half was never completed. So when construction came back around in 2025, the city, quite frankly, had to allow for the construction of those approved plans. And there was no other authority to say otherwise. So there was already some sewer infrastructure that had gone into the ground well before 2025, but in 2025, the remaining sewer infrastructure was installed, the streets, stormwater, water, and primary electric were installed. So this infrastructure has been built into the city's infrastructure system. It's connected to our system, and it legally, and we are obligated to accept that said infrastructure. There still are plans to come back and final plat and preliminary plat the other half. Until that happens, no construction or new build will happen on that west side. But right now they have the final plat approved from 2007 for the east side of the parcel and how homes may be built on that side. So 4 lots have been sold and 2 of those homes are under construction as we speak.
Is there an estimated timeline of when you think the as-bills should be accepted?
Yes, they're working on them now and they said within the next week, they'll have the as-built sent to us.
Thank you.
So there's just a little bit of history there, but we're working through and trying to get the project finalized as quickly as we can. These are just little things that, and I will admit that we should have accepted the infrastructure quite some time ago. So it was pending final plat on the other side and pending a few other agreements. We entered into an upsize agreement and an agreement regarding the electrical installation. So there were things that were kind of still out there that didn't trigger to say, okay, we need to accept this infrastructure. And now with the new builds that are happening, we have to accept the infrastructure in order for us to allow for those individual builds to be connected to our system on the single family home level, as opposed to the entire development level.
Any further discussion? Being none, I will accept a motion to accept the second reading of bill number 2026-19, accepting the public works improvements within and for the Hill subdivision phase 1 contingent on receipt of as-built.
Motion to approve the second reading of bill number 2026-19 as an ordinance, acceptance of public works infrastructure.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion in 2 seconds. Roll call.
Aldermember Finch,
Yes.
Palmer,
Yes.
Star,
Yes.
Plackty,
Abstain.
Ren,
Yes.
Paulson.
Yes.
Motion carried, given ordinance number 3183.
Thank you. Proposed resolution number 2026-18, authorizing the chief of police to execute a mutual aid agreement with City of Kansas City, Missouri Police Department for agency assistance in supporting public safety operation for the 2026 FIFA Men's World Cup. Have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2026-18. FIFA Men's World Cup Mutual Aid Agreement.
Have a second. Have a motion and second discussion.
We talked about
Chief.
it before.
You want to tell us about it?
I presented to the previous board at last meeting. The information, I think, within the mutual aid agreement does speak for itself. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I will say that by entering into the mutual aid agreement, it opens up state statute to allow us authority to operate in our capacity, but in another jurisdiction. So it is a legal requirement that, once approved, will allow us into the next step to assist Kansas City Police Department for the FIPA security solutions.
Any discussion? All in favor? 6-0.
Make us proud.
Discussion of credit card fee.
Take an opportunity to get up and walk around. Does anybody else want to stretch while I do this? Okay,
Should be on.
this one, okay. So history for those of you that are new faces on the board. Back before COVID, how all of our customers paid a credit card processing fee. When we had the COVID shutdown and we really had to encourage everyone to pay remotely, the board at that time decided to waive that fee. Fast forward to this past fiscal year and the cost of those fees are astronomical. And so the board back in the fall said, figure it out, let's figure out how to get the fees passed along to the customers so that not every taxpayer is paying for John Doe to swipe his credits. And so effective April 1st with the new budget, we switched from Global Payments, who was our prior processor, to Tyler, which is our encode processing, our software processor to do the fees. That agreement was for a 4.5% processing fee. It's been difficult because he has put it very nicely. The processing has not been happening as we were promised it would happen. We are having problems balancing daily. We are having problems. There's delays in the system. It's not going well. So what I would like to propose and get your approval for is to switch back to Global Payments. The credit card processing would be a maximum of 3.5%. I would like to be able to negotiate that, see what kind of rate I can get for that, continue to pass those rates for that fee on to the customers. And then also set a fee for the e-check e-commerce bills to negotiate that price with them as well. So very, very high level at this point. We've given it a month. It's been probably the most miserable month of my staff's life. And I'd like for them to stay on board. So if I could get your all's input on making the switch back to Global Payments and reassessing how we're doing that, I would appreciate it.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
So why did you change it to?
Well, because Tyler could do it all. They could pass the fees on for everything. And so that took us completely out of the equation and said, okay, we're hands off. We're no longer collecting a part of it, writing a check for that. So that was the good promise, and they've improved their system and it was gonna work flow seamlessly and it sounded amazing. It's not been amazing. Global Payments can only pass on the fee for the credit card processing. The e-checks, the e-commerce payments, we would still be billed for those. So we would have to add a fee for that, collect that portion of the fee ourselves, and then pay that to Global Payments. So it's gonna be a little different than how we've been doing it, but it's with a company that we know processes our payments every day, and we know when we pull a report the next morning that it's gonna match what it's supposed to, instead of waiting 3 days to that.
So if a customer does the e-check, how does that, if you change back, how does that look different? Like,
It's going to say $1.50 or whatever that fee amount is gonna be. I still need to negotiate that with Global Payments to see what they're gonna charge us. Still, the goal is we're not going to be out any money. we're not gonna be making any money on that. It's going to be just a pass through. But if you play with your e-check and it's, I'm just gonna use $1.50 as talking point. That's the fee and it's added to it. So if you have $100 bill you're paying me, you're gonna pay me 101.50. I'm gonna take that 150 and I'm going to, the city is going to then pass that.
So it doesn't look any different to, like, if I go pay my bill, it doesn't look any different than it did this month.
Right, right. It's just going to be a different rate than what it was, and it's gonna be different on the backside. So that our processing improves.
Kathy, on the, when you said a max of 3.5%, do they charge a different amount for like credit versus debit cards?
This is all credit cards.
Okay,
They do not charge for debit cards.
okay.
Now, keep that in mind when I put my banker's hat back on. Debit cards can be run as credit.
Yeah.
So, I wish I could say, okay, 100% of our debit cards are gonna be debit purchases or credit purchases. I can't, that's a user end.
Use your pen, pay the fee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, exactly.
I just want to make a quick comment, mainly for Odessa here. I deal with bad card processors all the time, and quite literally the amount of money that my company spends switching companies and then also chasing down for essentially administration by the card processor. No matter what the process is, it even costs money. And I think at the end of the day, it's a lot of what Odessa cares about. So yeah, I mean that. I feel for you already, just from hearing you talk, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not been an easy couple of months, but it's gonna get better. There is gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel that's not a train coming my way.
Anytime we can spend money chasing money,
Yeah,
it's money made. You
it
know?
makes sense to me. Common sense is not so bad.
And just for clarification, my understanding, we still have our contract with Global Payments. So the switchback would not require a new contract, just a renegotiation of rates.
And this would be cheaper,
Yes.
so people would be happier a little
Yes.
bit, maybe.
Yes, and I think the message that we still have got to spend is. My mother is 85 years old. She's gonna write a check every day of her life, and she's okay with that. My daughter is 35 years old, and she's gonna pay with a card every day of her life.
Yeah.
My mom should not pay my daughter's credit card fees. We should not, as the city, be incurring my daughter's convenience fee and charging it to my mom. I mean, that's the common sense piece of it. Man, I don't even know, Hannah.
I wasn't gonna say it, but Kelsey, you aged Kelsey there a little.
32, I don't know, 32. I know mom's 85, we just did that last week.
I won't tell Kelsey.
Okay,
Sounds like we have consensus.
okay, thank you.
Electrical rates. It's a great topic. I'm gonna look at a spreadsheet.
Cause my eyes cross up here. We are not looking at spreadsheets tonight. Bruce and Kathy and I have looked at a lot of spreadsheets, which has created a forecasting model spreadsheet, which is huge, huge, huge for us. But there's a lot of factors and things and decisions and just conversations that the board needs to have, even before deciding we want the rate to be $21.23 or whatever it is. We have a lot of work to do, and what I would propose to the board, based on your agreement, I guess, would be that we do a utility rate work session as opposed to trying to discuss these like kind of nitty gritty details in a regular scheduled meeting. So, that would be the best we can, like, I mean, well, if you to pull up the spreadsheet on a, public meeting, but I almost feel like we need to have conversations about where we want our reserves to be, what's reasonable for our reserves. Those are discussions that are for the entire board, but all need to be kind of sorted before we even decide on this is what our rates need to be in this year, next year, so on and so forth. our next item on the agenda. The one thing I will say, so it cannot be May 11th. So I probably should have said this in our, in my all, city admin report. But May 11th at 5:30, we're going to need to move forward with the liquor license hearing for Rumors Bar and Grill. I know this is the wrong place to mention that, and I apologize, but, we do need to move forward with another public hearing, which we've done, or not public hearing, liquor license hearing on May 11th, to discuss the continuation of Rumors Bar and Grill's license.
At 5:30.
Yes. At 5:30, we will send more information out about that.
Cool.
I will send more information out about that. I meant to mention it in my admin report, so I apologize. Karen will be gone, so that information will come from me, deputy city clerk. And, so then that leaves the next meeting to discuss utility rates, in a workshop session. We can either, obviously, your next item on your agenda is to determine if we should cancel or continue the Memorial Day meeting to Tuesday. So we do have Tuesday as an option right now. We have no pending critical agenda items for the 26th. We could do a workshop on Tuesday, the 26th. We could cancel our regular meeting and have the workshop at 6 o'clock. Would be my suggestion.
So we only have one meeting.
No, we meet May 11th and then May 26th. But we would have, yes, one regular meeting, yes, yes, that's true. And then a workshop, so a regular meeting on May 11th and a workshop on the 26th. I'm definitely blending to agenda items. The next agenda item, but they go hand in hand, so. Shoot.
The spreadsheets that Bruce came up with, do they have anything to do with what David told us?
Bruce, do you want to speak to that, or do you want me to speak to that?
Anything to do with in what regard to it? What the spreadsheet does, it starts with David's recommendation. Current rates, David's recommendations with the first year of his 3-year rates, and then there was a 4-year option. There was one that had the split business rates. So it has that, and then there's 3 columns where you can just play with the rates and see what it does. You could raise residential 5%, drop business 5%, or keep residential the same and drop business 10%, for example. And then it's got the current budget plugged in and the capital improvements numbers plugged in, and you could increase for the next 4 years after this current fiscal year. You could increase the cost 5% each year. You could increase it by a dollar amount. You could do both. You could add a flat dollar amount if you do, for example, you wanted to hire someone and add a position, plus you wanted to increase salaries by 5%. And it would compound that and add it out for the next 5 years. So you could project all of your costs and your needs for the next 5 years. I'm gonna go back and add the ability for the electric department of increasing the rates for each of our classifications in each of those 5 years if you wanted to. So you could increase your business rates by 3% each year. You could decrease it in 1 year if your reserves were high for whatever reason. You could decrease your rates. So you could just do a what if for each of the next 5 years.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of,
Curious.
yeah, it's kind of based on some of David's stuff that he did.
We do have the option to, we haven't talked about this, but we could also invite David to the conversation. And then we can, get his professional opinion on things like reserves and things like that, to still use the forecasting model that Bruce created.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's all I have for utility rates, so if you don't have any other questions on that, we can go to the actual next item.
Okay.
Okay, so we covered the next meeting, are we okay with 26?
I think we'll need to vote on it.
You need to vote.
We'll need to vote on it.
We need to vote.
We would
For the 26th, everyone in favor of 26th,
workshop.
for the 26th to be the workshop.
Yeah.
Everyone okay with that? At what time?
6 o'clock. Yeah.
6.
All in favor? 5-0.
Do we have to vote to
Okay.
cancel the regular meeting?
Well, we're amending the March 25th meeting to.
But it's not a
Or-
regular meeting,
yeah,
it's a workshop.
Okay.
Maybe just to be safe.
Yeah, let's cancel the March 25th meeting. Let's go ahead and have a motion for that first.
May.
I mean, May, sorry. Jeez.
Motion to cancel the March 25th Board of Aldermen meeting.
May 25th, sorry.
May.
May 25th.
I'll make a motion to cancel the May 25th Board of Aldermen meeting.
I'll
Have a
second.
motion and a second,
Okay,
all in favor? 5-0. 6-0.
6-0, okay.
Now I'll take a motion to have a meeting, have a workshop on May the 26th.
Yes.
At 6 P.M.
Yes.
I make a motion to have a electric discussion workshop, May 26th.
Have a second. Have a motion and a second, all in favor?
I'm not opposed, I just can't commit to be.
Okay. Just keep on voting.
6-0. 6-0. All right. Next scheduled meeting is Monday, May the 11th at 6 P.M. Aldermen, members of the Board of Aldermen have the opportunity to propose items for consideration to be added to the agenda for the next regularly scheduled meeting. Is there anything that the Aldermen would like to have added? Hearing none,
Mayor,
ma'am?
if the boards would be interested, I could take direction to put the parking on Lakeview Drive and ordinance for that at the next meeting, if that's the direction the board would like to go. Or we can do discussion, either or. From Mr. Bailey's comment at the beginning of the meeting to discuss no parking on both sides of the street on Lakeview Drive. We can either do discussion or I can bring an ordinance and then you could approve or deny the ordinance, either way.
Discussion on it.
Discussion.
And actually, we had said that about Ash.
Oh, we can do that too.
And what else?
Neighborhood
Advanced
advanced.
Industries Private Drive.
We had a resident with concerns.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So 2 items.
2 parking on.
Okay.
So we need a motion.
We do need a motion.
Mm-hmm.
I move that we put 2 parking subjects on next agenda. Is that close enough?
Yeah, I got it.
Lakeview Drive and Advanced Industries.
Have a motion and a second to put Alderman Star item on the agenda. All in favor? It's over.
And I will have to say, Mayor, sorry, we are actually, the next meeting will be May 11th at 5:30.
For the liquor hearing,
Yeah, for the liquor.
At 5:30.
for the liquor license hearing.
We need a motion to adjourn.
Yes, sir.
I make a motion to adjourn.
You gotta say it. Pursuant to.
To close the hearing for the RS 41 for legal actions. Positive action, litigation, or confidential attorney-client communication.
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, that one.
Roll call.
Thank you, I missed that. Alderman Starr? Yes.
Here.
yes, Plackey,
Yeah.
Bench,
Yes.
Holson,
Yes.
Ren,
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Okay, we are adjourned to closed session.
Always wanted to